Hello everyone. A few days ago, Wagner Group leader Prigozhin appeared on social media and declared that he would restore Russia to greatness. However, recently the global online community was shocked to read that the Wagner boss had been killed in a plane crash. So what happened? Let's find out together. It must be said that the situation in Ukraine is becoming increasingly complex, with continuing extremely unpredictable developments from the Wagner mercenary group suddenly bringing thousands of troops and weapons to protest the Russian military, to Wagner moving to Belarus to take refuge. Wagner then threatened the Polish border, forcing Poland to deploy 10,000 troops there. Just recently, the US called on American citizens to immediately leave Belarus to ensure safety. Before we can understand what is happening, suddenly the Wagner boss is reported to have been died. Specifically, on August 24, 2023, two private planes carrying Wagner leader Prigozhin departed from Moscow but only flew for 30 minutes before one crashed and caught fire. All people on that plane were killed. The other plane quickly turned around and landed in Moscow. Right after, the Russian military published a list of people on the plane, including Prigozhin's name. Thus, it can be understood that the Wagner boss has been killed. However, there is no definite information on whether boss Prigozhin is alive or dead. The list indicates he was on the crashed plane, but he could have switched to the other plane to fly back to Moscow. According to information, he was very vigilant and had switched planes many times at the last minute before. For this Moscow trip, he took two planes, likely anticipating this incident. Secondly, there are many conspiracy theories that the plane crash was just staged to conceal the future existence of Wagner boss Prigozhin. Why go through such lengths in the future? We may know the answer, or we may never find out. In any case, up until now, Mr. Prigozhin is presumed dead. But why did the plane crash? According to media channels linked to the Wagner Group, many locals said they heard two explosions, two missiles shot down the plane. Additionally, video shows the plane plunging straight to the ground with one wing on fire. This was certainly not a technical malfunction or internal plane issue. The footage shows the plane spinning and nosediving with one wing completely gone. No technical failure could cause a plane to fully lose a wing like that. Thus, it can almost be confirmed the plane was attacked, and the Wagner media says it was shot down by Russian anti-aircraft missiles. Although the pro-Wagner side says this, it's not necessarily unreliable because the plane crashed on the outskirts of Moscow capital. No Ukrainian or other nation's missiles could penetrate the area protected by hundreds of Russia's extremely powerful air defense systems. So to be able to shoot down Wagner's plane with missiles, obviously only the Russian military could do that. And if the military shot down Wagner's plane, they certainly had a purpose. It's not like they mistakenly pressed the wrong button. And if all the speculation above is true, it shows three things. Firstly, the conspiracy theory that Wagner was protesting the military just to confuse Ukraine now seems less convincing. Because destroying the plane carrying the Wagner boss showed a truth that he was punished. The most sensible hypothesis now is that Wagner rebelled. Then Russia lured them by having the Belarusian president broker a deal to ensure Prigozhin's safety, after which Wagner troops surrendered all their tanks, armored vehicles and missiles before going to Belarus or disbanding. At this point, Wagner troops had no more weapons and could not threaten the Russian military, so boss Prigozhin could be eliminated because by now the Wagner group had nothing to take revenge even if they wanted to, whereas confronting the military with force during the rebellion would have caused civil war. Taking all their weapons first and punishing later is far more effective. Secondly, if the rebellion was real, then of course what Prigozhin said in videos insulting the Russian defense minister and military generals and revealing internal military issues is also true. In it, he also said the Ukraine war is meaningless. As for the rebellion itself, Prigozhin claimed it was because the Russian fired missiles at a Wagner base, killing many, and the defense minister even directly flew there to direct it. This seems consistent with Prigozhin himself later being missile attacked while on a plane rather than any other circumstance. Thirdly, the Russian military is undergoing major change or upheaval. Not long ago, there were rumors that General Sergei Surovikin was dismissed as commander of Russian aerospace forces because he had not been seen in a long time. A month ago, American media reported Russia's intelligence agency arrested at least 12 senior military officers, including General Surovikin. And just days ago, Russia's official media confirmed General Surovikin's dismissal, with another general appointed to replace him. Surovikin was a friend of Wagner boss Prigozhin and one of the few generals respected by Prigozhin. Even when protesting the military, Prigozhin still spoke highly of Surovikin. So it raises the question, did Surovikin back or support Wagner's rebellion? Additionally, the New York Times reported 2 months ago that Surovikin had advanced knowledge of Wagner's rebellion but silently did not prevent it. If it's true the Wagner boss was eliminated, and the Air Force commander was dismissed and replaced, does Russia have some agenda or imminent plans? Or was it just punitive action for betrayal? We will have to wait for the future to see the answers. What do you think about this? Do you believe the Wagner boss was really eliminated? And will Wagner forces take revenge for their leader or not? Let's discuss together.